Welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. Pull up a bar stool and join us for a random conversation, guaranteed to make you think or your money back.
Hey guys, welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. My name is Sam, and sitting across from me is Chris.
G'day!
And this is actually episode 46. I think last week I said that was 46, but, you know, that's what happens when you don't really know what's going on in general in life.
Welcome to my life.
Both our lives, really. It's a mishmash of
Oh, yeah, she'll be
things. Yeah, she'll be right. That's
she'll
right.
be right, yeah.
Don't worry about it.
45, 46, what the hell?
We know it's in the 40s.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
So we're 46 this time. This is 46.
This is 46.
Cool.
So that means there's another 45 other episodes of just greatness that you can listen to at the chrisandsampodcast.com.
Just amazing
Or,
stuff.
look us up on iTunes and rate us. Someone, please. For the love of God, rate us.
Someone rate us. Come on. Anyway, so it's been a busy week. We've both been doing quite a bit of filming. I think I've done a bit more than you.
Filming? I haven't done any filming.
We did some last week with a Daredevil, didn't you?
No, I've never been to Daredevil.
Oh, have you not?
No, I've got nothing to do with that project.
Oh, okay.
You're imagining things if you think
God.
I'm there. I hope you haven't been talking to me. No wonder people have been going, what the hell Chris is going on about?
Yeah, okay, all right. So
I've been doing all week is work and a few pumpkin-related things.
Yep. So we've got friends of ours, Ben and Sash, who listen to the show. I went blank then, totally blank.
Podfellas.com, Kneel Before Pod. Go check them out.
Kneel Before Pod. Yeah, so they listen to the show as well. So they wrote this thing. It's a competition at Armageddon in Auckland coming up on, I think, 16th of October. And so they have to do a fan film. And their fan film is Daredevil. I don't want to give it away what it's about.
No, just Daredevil will do.
Yeah,
Daredevil.
Oh, it is Daredevil.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It's a crossover of two genres.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah.
And I just listened to their podcast and they explained it to Will, so I know exactly how they explained it. It's two entities from the Marvel Universe crossing over.
Ah, I didn't even know that.
That's how they
I
said
did.
it to
I
Will.
knew who the heroes are, and I know both the heroes. I just didn't realise they were both Marvel.
Yeah, apparently
heroes.
so.
So there you go. Okay.
There we go.
So cool. It's pretty fun. It's totally amateur in terms of, our gear's getting better, but it was put together in a pretty short order because the competition came up and they go, wow, we got 3 or 4 weeks or whatever it is to get this done. So they wrote it. I think they've done a great job with the story. The acting's been pretty good so far, including my acting last night. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. But I have been doing a bit of extra stuff. I've got bruises and
You said you laid on the
aches and
ground for
pains.
like 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah, well, that was part of the stunt. That was after I
See. It all makes
KO'd.
sense now.
But yeah, I did get thrown around a little bit. I haven't told you this. So everybody has something that goes wrong with them because Daredevil, of course, is blind and hears everything.
All right.
And so Ants is tapping his watch and Paige is playing with a chain or something.
Yeah.
And so my thing
You're
was...
not playing with yourself.
I am actually. No. I get hit in the nose. So he goes, and you've broken your nose and you've got to straighten it. So I get my hands on my nose.
How do you do that when your nose is already bung like normal?
I know. But they thought it was funny. So I did that and I winced.
Yeah.
Well, apparently my wincing was so authentic. They were like, we can't put it in the film because it's a G-rated film. Because I looked like I was in a lot of pain. I'm like, I know exactly what that feels like. That is what my face does when that happens.
Yeah. Well, good for you. A+ for acting.
Yeah. So good, in fact, that it's on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. That won't. Yeah. I'm sure that's not the only thing.
Yeah, no, I'm sure not either. But anyway, it's been fun. So that's been really cool.
Yes.
Anyway, moving on. We got a bunch of things to talk about today.
Very quickly, I just know that you had a phone call before and your BOSU ball's turning up and you spoke about this thing before. Do you know what BOSU stands for? I only learnt this the other day.
I have no idea. I thought it was the name of a company or something.
No, both sides up.
Is that it?
Yeah, both sides up ball. Because I had to Google it because I know how you described it to me in my head, but I just needed to look at this thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, BOSU ball. And then it was like, in brackets, but both sides up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
go.
that's that's something new. And yeah, the two things I'll be using with it are both each other side up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
There you go.
Have you been driving anywhere today?
A little bit. Why?
I just wasn't sure if you'd actually left the house, but no, you haven't come across any crazy.
No old people today.
Because I'm pretty certain there's.
Oh, no, I will say, on the way to work this morning, I was going over one of the overpass bridges on the sort of motorway thing.
Yeah, expressway.
Yeah, expressway. And this I was in line of traffic, and the other side had no traffic at all. And all the way over the bridge coming towards me, this motorcycle was doing a wheelie all the way over. And I was like, wow, that's cool. Oh, what a stupid guy. Wow, that's cool. And I was so ambivalent. I wasn't sure whether to go, yeah, or you idiot. And then I realized that we used to do shit like that when I was young. And when I say we, I mean my mate, because he had a better bike, and my bike was so heavy I couldn't hardly get a wheelie going. But he used to wheelie with me on the back.
When I first moved to Hamilton, and I was in the city once, and thinking about it, it would have been what's the road Wintec buildings on? Collingwood Street, yeah. But in the city, I was about to cross, and this guy came flying down the road on his motorbike, and then he just braked, and he braked so hard on the front brake that he just came up on the front, and just went down the road like that, until he got to the stop sign, and then just stopped. Yeah, and I was just like, okay,
I don't want to stand in front of you.
No, but it sounds like old people have had a lot of problems today, all around the country.
I tell you, it's probably shouldn't be laughing, but it's hilarious. It's all today. It's all today. And we've been having a good laugh about this. So on stuff.co.nz, if you're in New Zealand, if you're not in New Zealand, you still go there, because we are still connected to the entire interweb. Yeah, there's a few stories. So what happened? Tell us.
Well, we'll start off with like the simple, the simple one. So we got a guy that fell off the road in Wellington. And he
drove off the road.
Drove off the road and ended up in the water. That's, okay, I can understand that.
Yeah, it's a harbour city,
It's a harbour city, and it's got windy roads. And then in Stoke, which is Nelson, someone crashed through a fence in a supermarket car park and basically got the car nose first into the ground.
So the car park's like the second story, and they went out through the wall, and now they're sort of tilted from the ground to the up the wall.
Oh, and the building on the other side of the bit they crashed through was a rest home. Maybe they wanted to see one of their friends.
Hey, you're just trying to crash into the crash here. I want to crash here.
And then the one that just tops it all off. It's just it just cracks me right up. This is the first one we saw, actually. This is at the warehouse in Henderson in Auckland, and an elderly woman had to be rescued from her car, and she actually got cut from it, and they got video of it. She basically somehow was revving the car really loud, so loud that an eyewitness thought it was a chainsaw. So she's
because she had a little car.
Yeah, she's ringing the crap out of this. Looks like a Nissan March, at a guess, and went shooting forward, hit a tree, and then launched her car on top of two other cars. Eat your heart out, Michael Bay. We don't need explosions. We just need old people.
Oh, I just wish there was some live footage. We've got to watch the news tonight.
We're hoping that there's some camera footage of actually the car launching.
Yeah, because that'd be awesome.
Because the video,
we will get some special effects on that shit. We will. I got friends. We'll get some Martians in there. We'll get some explosions. We'll get some shit happening.
Yeah. So there's a video on Stuff. It's 44 seconds long, and they had to they cut the door off her car and pulled her out. So. Yeah, beware of old people wherever you are in the country. It's I'm going to put it down to too much excitement. I'll tell you what the excitement's about.
It's spring.
Nah,
love is in the air.
In
the morning.
No.
Cut
that.
Right.
No, I think it's the excitement over the flag thing.
Ooh,
so we're down to the final 4 or 5 if you consider the old one.
Yeah.
Which one do you like?
The one that most people like, I think.
Is it the blue one?
The blue with the fur.
Or the black one? I like the black one.
The blue and black.
Yeah, blue and black.
Yeah.
That's definitely the best one, but I'm still not 100% sold on those 4. But
Yeah, I actually preferred the all black one with the stars and the fern, same configuration, but all black.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I can live with the black and blue one, and it's better than the current one. In my opinion. I think we do need to change.
Yeah,
which is a huge debate, and I know a lot of people feel very strongly one way or another. But yeah.
It was interesting though because I think they were having a massive talk about it on Facebook, and our friend Fid, he just said, "Look, I disagree with the flag thing change, and I disagree with these 4, but they've already spent the money. These are the 4 that they've picked, so we better get a new flag and get our money's worth." And I was like, okay.
That's actually a good point.
So that made me think about it a little bit differently because you can't change that they've already spent this money and it's going that way.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a shame. Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
The people that picked it, I think, were old crazy people that probably crashed their cars, so...
Maybe it's conspiracy. These are the guys that were going to vote the old flag, and somebody's going around sabotaging their cars, the steering, the accelerator, and old people are going to be popping off all over the country because they were going to vote the old flag back.
That could be it. It's John Keggs.
You heard that conspiracy here first on the Chris and Sam podcast.
Conspiracy time.
We
should do that. We should start a conspiracy. Actually, we need to...
Mission Impossible theme.
No, but we need to tell Will and Sean's Bogus Podcast to do one on conspiracy and then make their own conspiracy.
Yeah.
Because, the urban legend one? I've got my own urban legend story that I made up once and people believed it.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, I'll tell you that later. Just in case.
All right, just later.
In case, because I might bust that out, revive it. Talking about new things, what do you reckon about the new Google logo? Have you you've seen it,
yeah. I wondered what the hell was going on, actually.
Well, it's because the company's now called Alphabet.
Yeah.
And Google's a product because they have to separate it because, blah, blah, blah. I just don't like it.
No. I like the old Google.
Yeah. I mean, it looks too basic and childish.
It's a G in different colours, isn't it?
No, bring it up on your phone now. Have a quick look. Or I'll try and... no, I won't. It's, it looks like letters that you'd find on magnetic letters that you'd put on a fridge for kids. It's all to do with alphabet. Did you see the little animation where it redrew it?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know what was going on, and I was like...
You're like, get away from me! Ah, it's scaring me! Something like that, eh, Chris? Oh, that's all right. You have a look for that. I'm going to tell you about the really weird dream I had last night.
It just says Google.
It's a different font, but you don't notice these things, do you?
Yeah, it's a different font.
Anyway,
moving on.
Anyway, had a really weird dream last night. Woke up at 3:30 in the morning.
Yep.
That's not my wake-up time. 4 o'clock is. So I stuff it. Went back to sleep. Because I'm working mornings this week. And had a dream that I was catching a flight somewhere. And I'd brought this flight, and I was at the Air New Zealand check-in. So obviously they're playing on my mind. You should send me a flight if you give me some free flights to Air New Zealand. I'm pimping you out here with this weird story. And then
they'll wait till to see how this turns out, I think.
I would. So there was a guy in front of me, and he was like, I don't know if I can get on the plane. And I was deciding that I should go change my ticket for a later departure. I thought, that's a good idea. Let's do that, to myself. And they were like, if you run now to the other guy, you can get on the plane because they're just loading people into the seats. And he's like, oh, sweet, that's cool. And I thought, no, I will go on the plane. Yeah, I will catch this flight. So I go with him, and we go through this myriad of, normally you can, sometimes they take you on the air bridge to the front of the plane, and then the people at the back of the plane got to go down the stairs on the tarmac.
Yeah.
This one had about 4 or 5 different ways to go, so we're going through this tunnel, and we ended up, and when we got to the back bit, the back of the plane had no roof, and just the last 10 seats, there was no roof. And he was in there, and I was just like, what the hell is this? And the stewardess said, oh, well, this is the really budget seats. And we,
the Sun Lounge.
Yeah, and we do it this way because it's way more aerodynamic. But in the front of these 10 seats, there's like a wall, there was the 2 pilots. They were there, flying the plane from there.
Not from the front.
No, they were flying there because it's better aerodynamics, they were telling me in this dream. And I said, oh, okay, cool. My seat's not here. My seat must be in the plane. How do I get there? And they said, oh, through here. And they opened a little hatch in the wall between them. Like between the controllers and the 2 pilots was a little hatch. And I had to go through the little hatch, squeeze my way through it. Now, that took a long time to get through this little opening. And I think I must have been like caught up in my blanket in my bed, thrashing around, trying to get out. And that influenced the dream. And then I popped out into the normal aeroplane, and I went and found my seat. And then my alarm went off. So, yeah.
Right, cool. Yeah, so Air New Zealand, yeah, one of those $9 flights. Yeah, he give him 50% off that.
That's right.
$4.50, that'll do him.
$4.50, yeah.
That's what that was worth. Oh, okay, all right. So,
did you know I see you laughing away there. Do you know I've been having trouble with the freaking Laugh of Chris domain?
No.
So I've got, I don't even know if I have it anymore. I had the laughofchris.com. And
right.
And so I had web hosting issues, right? We spoke about this last week.
Yeah.
I changed all the web hosting from the crappy one to the new one. That's all fine. I changed all the domains from the crappy one to the normal domain people. And when you have .co.nz, that's free, not a problem. You just do a transfer. It all works within 24 hours.
Right.
When you have .com, you can't transfer it for free, right? So it turns out there's a fee that you have to pay the other people.
International.
Yeah, they've got to pay someone. And anyway, so that's all right. So I sat there, I paid this fee, and then it went through a few steps, and then it says, hey, what's the access code? And I was like, oh, I never said anything about an access code. So I tried getting hold of the crappy web host people, and the crappy web host people took ages to get back to me, because that's why they're crappy web host people. And I closed the window. So I went through the process again, and it says, oh, we need another payment from you. And I was like, what? I've already paid. So the people that we use for domain hosting, I'm not going to mention their names, but
I think you should, actually. I really do.
No.
I think it's a public service at this point.
Oh, well, no, the domain name people, not the crappy web host.
Oh, right.
The domain name people that we both use.
Yeah.
You can't ring them on the phone, because I think they're a bunch of crazy Indians.
All right.
Yeah, because if you live chat, they've all got, like, Southeast Asian names.
Uh-huh.
So you can talk to them live chat. So I was talking to this guy on live chat, and I said, what's the deal? I've already paid for this. He goes, oh, no. When you transfer it back to us, you have to pay for another year's renewal and the transfer fee.
Yeah, I that's true. I
So
know that.
yeah, I didn't know that. So anyway, I paid this extra money for the renewal, and I put in the code, and then their website just spat out this crappy big error message. So I emailed them. They have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh, can you take a screenshot? Yep. So I take a screenshot, and then they're like, oh, yeah, no, that's okay. What were you doing? I said, well, I'm transferring the domain from Crappy Web Host to you. Crappy Web Host doesn't have that domain anymore. It's disappeared. And the new domain people don't have it either. So I don't know. I think I'm in limbo somewhere.
And you bought it from Crappy Host?
Or
did you buy
I
it
can't
from
remember.
somewhere else?
No, I think I brought it through the Crappy Web Host. So who knows what they've been doing.
Yeah.
So they said, oh, we don't have any recollection of you paying us. We've got no record. The two payments, we can't find them. So I went, here are the two payments. These are the dates. These are who they were paid to. These are the amounts. This is everything. And it's been about 5 days now, and I haven't heard back from them yet.
Just you paid with a credit card, right?
Oh, yeah. I'll definitely chase it up.
Just reverse it and start again.
Yeah. It could be the way to go.
They'll notice when you take money out of their account.
Yeah, that's true.
They're Indian, right? So they might not notice if you put the money in their account, but they'll notice if you take it out.
Well, I'll definitely have to look up the who is on the domain name, and I might even just be able to re-register it. Who knows what's going on?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think it's a sign. I think it's a sign that somebody up above just doesn't want you to have a laugh-of-Chris.com.
There's people hanging out for the laugh-of-Chris.com. And you know that's high on my priority list of things to do.
Well, now that the op shop one's done and blog of Sam, is that done?
Almost.
Okay, so
not quite.
I shouldn't have mentioned it.
No, not really.
You can edit that out.
No, it's all good. That's my own personal website that lists to all the other stuff that I've been doing. Just haven't finished it.
Well, yeah,
it's
I
only
suppose
80%.
If we're gonna, since I put you in it, I'll put me in it for. I've got the chrishanlon.nz.
That's like 1,000 times better than the Profit Wizard.
Yeah. It is. But so chrishanlon.nz is under construction and will be for a little bit more time. But you can look at my face if you go there.
Yep, if you got a thing for Chris and you just want to experience Chris eyes.
Let's not go Chris eyes.
That's going to be an extra segment of the laugh-of-chris.com. There'll be all the sound footage and stuff, and then there'll just be a photo gallery of Chris eyes. You stare, and
Oh,
you staring at things.
Yeah.
And then, you know what we could do? We could do it like Tara does and just do the art prints and get it printed. Oh, that's what we need to do for Twitter Secret Santa. We will get the image of you doing Chris Isaac, Kate Rogers, printed on a cushion. Yes. Sorted.
What the hell?
Yeah, that'll be a gift people will always remember. Because it'll haunt them.
They'll
haunt
sit on it and fart.
It'll haunt their dreams and haunt their wake time.
Speaking of Chris Eyes,
yeah.
we were a little bit late starting today.
We were. Why was that, Chris?
Because
actually, it wasn't anything to do with you, but I think you picked up some tips.
Yeah. So our flatmates had some car trouble. I had to drop her off to the gym yesterday because the car wouldn't start. So she comes home from work today and she's already organised the AA to come around. We're in the garage, our podcast studio / garage.
Amazing studio.
Garage door's wide open and the guy's out there, sorting out the battery, taking way longer than if it was me and not our female flatmate who was being serviced, I would think. And then we couldn't help but overhear some of the conversation. And I was like, well, that's a good tip, Well, I find my dad does da-da-da-da-da. Subtext, I am young enough to still have a dad, so I'm not out of your ballpark yet.
Oh, you've got a cat. I've got a cat. And then mentions the cat by name. And then talks about his cat. And then talks about cats in general. Because that's a good line to get into.
Yeah, what was the other thing? But he did keep calling her my dear, which I thought, it's just dating you, dude. Just dating you. I mean, he was bald. I don't know how, not like old bald, but he was, shaved bald. And, I don't know how old he was. I couldn't really see from here, but yeah.
No, try not to look too much.
We were just pissing ourselves.
We were trying to be inconspicuous with headphones on, microphones in front of our face and two screens.
Yeah.
So, just normal what you find in people's garages when you open a door.
Yeah, it was funny.
So anyway, the consensus is she needs a new battery, and he's organised the AA battery truck to come around and drop a battery off.
And we didn't even know they had a battery truck.
I saw one the other day. Wonder what the crazy markup on the price of those are.
Yeah, I think it's crazy markup on the price of batteries no matter where you
go. No, but the battery thing's really weird. Like, so where I used to work, we had a company that supplied us batteries, but we could go get a discount there, right? So I went there once, and it's just this warehouse full of batteries, right? And they're all blank. There's nothing on them. And it depends on who buys the battery, on what label they put them on. So, Super Cheap Auto, slap a sticker on it. Repco, slap a sticker on it. Warehouse, slap a sticker on it. They're all the freaking same. They just stick different batteries on. Stickers.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not surprised with that.
But the markup was mental. Like, we were able to get, I think they gave us a 40% discount, and still making making heaps of money on it. The guy was saying.
Far out.
Yeah. And I've heard that with tires as well. Someone was talking about tires once, and he worked at a store, and he said, "Oh, you have no idea how cheap they are. They could just buy millions of these tires from wherever, and they're cheap as chips." Because, little cars like mine, I can get brand new tires at $80 a tire. It's not the best tire in the world, probably, but
yeah,
they're still making money on this stuff.
I haven't bought tires for so long that I'm like, isn't that normal?
Well, no. Oh, I'm lost for words.
That was funny. Just watching your face just then was.
I know. You're thinking, is he having a stroke or a seizure?
You know what I was really thinking of? The robot in Futurama. I don't know why, but yeah, there you go.
Oh, right. Bender.
Bender, yeah.
Actually, I was watching Futurama today. The tires on your work vehicle would cost like $250 each or something stupid.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, they are pretty big tires. Yeah.
They are. But they get you around, and they get you to places like Auckland. And what's happening in Auckland very soon?
Well, very soon, there's a smackle, which...
What's a smackle? It sounds like a smackdown of someone. Do we go beat up some Aucklanders?
It's so funny because I refused, for years I refused to actually say that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, no, I hated it. Oh, it's Social Media Club Auckland.
And then what
happened? I ran Social Media Club Hamilton for a while.
Yeah.
And Social Media Club Auckland, they've done a hashtag SMCAKL, which they say is smackle with a silent C, obviously.
Of course.
Because they're Aucklanders. So anyway, it's cool. We go up there a bit every now and again. And there's one coming up with one of my favourite people on the panel, Michelle Dickinson.
Well,
Nano Girl.
how the story went is I said, they're doing a Smackle thing, and it's about 3 interesting people that have great stories and great followers and stuff. And Chris was like, oh, that sounds really good. And then I said Michelle's going to be there, and he just, oh my God, we're going.
So we'll be there. We'll be there. So that's cool. And but I don't think that was what Sam was suggesting.
No.
So on the November the 18th, so plenty of notice at this point in time, we are having a podcast discussion at Smackle. So it will be in Auckland at the Vodafone building in the evening of November 18th. So I will be emceeing, and we've got a few people on the panel. I didn't have room for Sam, so he's out.
No, I can be in the audience.
Sam will be in. I needed to bring a fan, and Sam's it.
What I'm actually there for is to try and document the laugh of Chris. And it's sort of like wildlife photography. I need to... I know. You haven't even heard what I said.
I got pictures in my mind.
I know. I need like a big-ass zoom lens camera.
I'm thinking of shotgun mic, like a rifle shotgun mic.
Yeah, we could do that too. But I'm thinking like long lens camera just to catch that moment when Chris' eyes turns on. So it will be...
You'll probably see that more upcoming...
I know, I can do it for that too. So it's going to be pretty good. I think we won't announce the people just in case. We know Will's going to be there.
Let's say we've got Will and Paul. Definitely got Will.
So we've got Paul Spain.
From the Global Voice Media
group.
That is right. Global Voice Media. Have I got that right?
I don't know actually. Off
Global
the top of my
Media
head.
Voice. Global Voice Media. Global Voice Media.
He's been podcasting a long time.
Yep.
And he's really cool.
And Will, who we've had on the show as well, in little bits and pieces from here and there. And he's from Podfellas, and he does a lot. And I think we should mention that we're hoping to have, because I believe we will have, but Josh from Zencaster, which is an app.
That'd be good.
So that'd be really cool. It'd be good to meet Josh. He's flying up from Christchurch. Yeah, Christchurch first. Yep. So that'd be cool. So I'm quite excited about that. I've got quite a bit of prep to do. And I've got a talk at the IT conference later that week, so I've got a speech for that. So I've got to work on that. So
how long does that have to? Is that a speech or is that a seminar sort of thing?
No, that's just a speech. It's a 40-minute presentation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What time of the day are you doing that? Do you know?
Don't know. I do need to catch up with Valentina and check all this stuff out actually. And I've been booked for a talk and a seminar, half-day seminar in March.
Oh, March is the other one.
Yeah.
Are you doing some sort of presentation thing while you talk? I don't want to say PowerPoint, but...
I will be doing a presentation. It's a presentation. I will use PowerPoint, but I'll be using it sparingly. It'll be TED Talk styles.
Oh, that'll be good.
So a lot of blank.
So you're obviously going to be
I want people to be looking at me. Don't look at the slides, look at me.
Well, you're obviously going to be practicing this a lot, so
yeah,
I assume
I will need to.
I assume I'm going to get sick of hearing this.
But
I will give you some creative feedback.
It's
probably just yelling at you going, that's crap.
Juggle while you're doing it. That'd be creative.
So that pretty much wraps us up for this week at the Christmas podcast.
Okay.
That's just how good we are.
So I'll tell you what, though, listeners and stuff,
all three
of you, let us know what flag you're into. Because one of the things, I know a lot of people don't like the fact we spent 26 million. As I said to Sam, though, I think, 26 million, they would have spent it on crap anyway, the government.
Yeah,
I'm not arguing that there isn't stuff they could have spent it on, but they wouldn't. They would spend it on crap.
Yeah.
And if they didn't change the flag, they'd change it in 5 years' time, and by then it would cost 50 million. Let's just pull the splinter out and just go. Yeah. So anyway, we both agree on the same flag. The 4 stars with the silver fur and black at the top corner and blue at the bottom where the stars are. That's the one I want us to go forward with. That'll be what my vote is. What's your vote? We'll put a picture of them on Facebook and get people to vote. And if you're listening to this from outside of New Zealand, be keen to hear your thoughts on it as well, because we hear a lot about the New Zealand thoughts. The only non-New Zealand thoughts we've heard so far are from John Oliver. And I loved his vegetarian pirate flag.
Yeah.
Just the all black type silver fern on the black. He called that a vegetarian pirate flag. I thought it was awesome.
Excellent.
Anyway, yes, I've kept us going too long. Where can they find us, Sam?
They can find us on Twitter, Chris and Sam Pod.
Yep.
They can find us at Facebook, of course, the Chris and Sam Podcast. Look us up. And also the chrisandsampodcast.com.
Yay! And, of course, we're on iTunes. You can find us there. You can rate us and you can subscribe so you don't miss any goodness.
Yeah. That's the one.
All right. Well, we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you. And we'll see you again.
See ya.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to subscribe and we'll catch you next week. Don't forget to tell your friend.